Oh, I've been walking down a highway made of broken glass and stone, with a shadow for a partner and a heart that feels alone.
Lord, he's walking, yes, he is.
I carried all my burdens in a heavy burlap sack, and the devil's been riding like a monkey on my back. I looked up at the heavens, but the heavens looked so brave, and I didn't have the courage or the right words left to pray. I saw the neon city trying to blind you with its light, but I'm looking for a beacon in the middle of the night. I met a blind old beggar sitting by the railroad track. He said, son, you're on a journey and you cannot travel back.
Cannot go back.
Hallelujah. He pointed with his finger toward the valley in the down. Said there's water in the desert if you listen for the sound. It ain't in the whiskey, and it ain't in the gold. Oh, it's a secret that the prophets and the ancient rivers told. So I took off my boots and I started walking blind, leaving every piece of my little past behind. Oh, take me down to the river of redemption, where the water washes every single sin away.
Wash it away, Lord, wash it away.
I'm a weary, weary traveler looking for an exemption from the heavy, heavy price that my soul has gotta pay.
Pay the price, do-me-do-up.
Let the Hammond organ roll and my congregation sing. I'm trading in my sorrow for the joy the river brings. Listen to me tonight. I said listen to me tonight. Some of you walked in here with your shoulders heavy. Some of you walked in here carrying grief that you can't even name. You've been looking for peace in the bottom of a bottle. You've been looking for love in the arms of strangers. But I am here to tell you, the river is flowing.
Yes, it is.
The river does not care about your past. The river does not ask for your resume. All it asks is that you step into the water. Let it wash the dirt from your spirit. Let it wash the lies from your mind. Brothers and sisters, are you ready to get clean tonight? From the water, and my clothes are dripping wet, but I'm leaving behind every single tear and regret.
He's a new man.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
The congregation shouting, and the tambourines are loud. I'm walking like a giant through the middle of the crowd. If you see me on the corner in my ragged, dusty coat, just know I've got got a song of pure salvation in my throat. I'm a living, breathing witness to the power and the grace, and I'm running out to meet the morning sun upon my face. Stop your feet. Stop your feet. Stop your feet. Take me down to the river of redemption, where the water washes every single sin away. Wash it away, Lord, wash it away. I'm a weary, weary traveler looking for an exemption from the heavy, heavy price that my soul has gotta pay. I ain't paying no more, he's free. Let the Amarillo roll and the congregation sing. I'm trading in my sorrow for the joy the river breathes. I've been walking down a high. The rain is washing down the avenues of gray, washing all the plastic, square illusions right away. I'm sitting in the corner of the old Black Cat Cafe with a notebook full of shadows and a debt I cannot pay. I'm wearing heavy shades to block the blaring neon light, and hiding in the velvet of the intellectual night. The espresso is bitter and the poetry is deep, and the city is a monster that has forgotten how to sleep. She walks into the cellar wearing black from head to toe, with a copy of a novel that the normal folks don't know. Dig it, daddy-o, dig it. She's got a silver lighter and a French imported smoke, and she never laughs out loud at any ordinary joke. She takes a wooden chair beside the weeping window pane, a silent, gorgeous mystery wrapped in cellophane. The saxophone is crying in the corner of the room, sweeping up the starlight and sweeping up the gloom. Oh, we're riding on the rhythm of the Black Cat Bongo blues, living in the shadows with nothing left to lose. The world is chasing money, the world is chasing time, but we're just sitting here waiting for the perfect rhyme. Perfect rhyme, step in time. It's a symphony of espresso and a masterpiece of smoke for the wild-hearted dreamers and the beautiful and broke. There's a painter in the alley with a canvas made of trash, turning all the city's tragedy into a splash. Splash of color, splash of soul. We're listening to a record from a trumpet-playing king who understands the sorrow that the midnight hours bring. The clock upon the brick wall doesn't have a pair of hands, because time is just a concept that the square man understands. I sip my black coffee and I tap my leather shoe, watching all the yellow lights turn into midnight blue. Snap, snap, snap. Listen to the heartbeat of the concrete. Can you dig it? We are the ghosts in the machine, the men in the gray flannel suits. They ride the metal trains to the metal towers. They buy the plastic houses with the plastic fences. But not us, man, no, not us. We are the ink on the napkin. We are the smoke ring rising to the ceiling. Look at her over there reading Kerouac by candlelight. She's got galaxies in her eyes, man, galaxies. The world is spinning too fast. Slow it down, slow it down. Let the bass line crawl right under your skin. Let the bongo speak the truth, because tomorrow is just a rumor. Tonight is the only thing that's real. The city's heavy spell and bring us back to reality and out of this jazz-filled shell. Don't let the sun come up. The barista's yawning, sweeping ashes from the floor. As the first rays of the morning creep beneath the heavy door, I'll put my notebook in my coat and turn my collar high and walk out with a cynical goodbye. But when the sun goes down again and paints the city black, you know the bongo beat is gonna call this dreamer back. Oh, we're riding on the rhythm of the black cat bongo blues, living in the shadows with nothing left to lose. The world is chasing money, the world is chasing time, but we're just sitting here waiting for the perfect rhyme. Waiting for the rhyme. It's a symphony of espresso and a masterpiece in smoke for the wild-hearted dreamers. Snap, snap. Snap, 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 snap. Snap, snap. The rain is washing down. The rain is washing down the avenues of gray. The rain is washing down, oh, the rain is washing down the avenues of gray, washing all the plastic square illusions right away. The rain is washing down the avenues of gray, washing all the plastic square illusions right away. The rain is washing. The desert moon is hanging like a silver dollar coin, and there's a heavy burning ache inside my weary groin.
Ride on, boy, ride on.
I've been in the saddle since the breaking of the dawn, with a bounty on my head and all my lucky chances gone. I robbed the heavy stagecoach down in dusty Santa Fe, and I've been running from the rangers every night and every day. My horse is breathing heavy, and the water skin is dry, and the buzzards are a-circling in the starry ink black sky. I'm heading for the border in the town of San Miguel, where the whiskey flows like water and the devil rings the bell.
San Miguel, cross the line.
There's a girl named Rosa waiting by the old cantina door. She's the only thing I'm riding through this godforsaken hellscape for. She's got eyes like dark obsidian and a dress of ruby red, and she promised she would hide me in a warm and secret bed. But the rangers have the set now, and their horses are so fast, and I know this desperate ride is surely bound to be my last. Oh, there's a shadow on the canyon and blood upon the sand. I'm a hunted, lonely outlaw in a wild and unforgiving land.
Young and wild and free, nowhere to flee.
The cold iron of my six-gun is the only friend I know, and the devil's waiting for me in the valley down below.
Valley down below.
I'm riding for the border, but my soul is growing cold for a handful of silver and a pocket full of gold. I see the yellow lanterns of the town across the ridge, and I spur my tired stallion towards the wooden river bridge.
Cross the river, cross the line.
I tie him to the hitching post and step into the light, with my hand upon my holster, ready for the final fight. The piano stops its play, and the gambling room goes still, for they recognize the wanted man they call Pecos Bill. I see Rosa in the corner with a tear upon her face, and a man with a silver star standing right there at her place. The ranger tips his Stetson, says you've run out of road. It's time to pay the devil for the heavy debt you're owed.
Pay the devil.
very end of hope. I could have thrown my hands up, I could have turned around, but an outlaw never surrenders till he's lying in the ground. I pulled my heavy six-gun with a lightning-fast release, hoping that a bullet might just bring my spirit peace. Time does a funny thing when you're looking down the barrel of a Colt 45. It slows down. I could see the sweat on the ranger's brow. I could see the smoke from a cigar rising slowly toward the ceiling. I could see Rosa closing her eyes. I didn't want to kill a man of the law, I just wanted to be free. But out here in the territory, freedom is just a word they carve on your tombstone. The thunder cracked inside that little room. I felt a burning fire in my chest. The ranger fell back, but I was falling too, right onto the dusty wooden floor, right at Rose's feet. Now the desert sun is rising, painting the sky in gold.
The tiki torches burn against the velvet, velvet sky, while the silver moon is watching from a million miles on high. Silver moon. The trade winds whisper secrets to the heavy banyan tree, and the rhythm of the water plays a lonely melody.
I'm walking on the white sand where the coral reefs begin, with a pocket full of memories and a world of what has been.
I can smell the sweet hibiscus and the orchids in the air, but I'm looking for the girl who wore a blossom in her hair.
She danced the hula slowly by the fire's golden glow, with a smile that melted glaciers in a world of ice and snow.
Golden glow, swaying slow. Her eyes were like the emeralds in a sunken pirate chest, and her voice was like a lullaby that puts the soul to rest.
We walked into the water where the ocean meets the shore, and we swore we'd love each other for a million years or more.
I gave her a little pearl I found inside a hollow shell, She promised she would keep it, and she promised all was well. Oh, but the tide goes out on the weeping pearl of Waikiki and takes away the only thing that mattered much to me. I'm taken to the sea.
The volcano is sleeping, the mountain is so tall, but the shadow of her memory is the biggest thing of all.
Biggest of all, doobie-doo. I'm a stranger in a paradise of orchids and of green, waiting for the prettiest island girl that I have ever seen. The giant white cruise liner blew its heavy, smoking horn on a rainy Tuesday morning before the day was fully born.
Her father was a rich man from the cold and distant east, and he couldn't stand to see his daughter with an island beast.
They pulled her up the gangplank, she was crying out my name, and the teardrops on her cheek were burning hotter than a flame. She took the little pearl I gave her, threw it in the blue, and yelled, as long as water flows, my heart belongs to you.
There's an old island legend. They say if you throw a flower lei into the ocean as your ship leaves the harbor, and the waves wash it back to the shore, it means you're destined to return. I walked the beach for 3 days searching the shoreline, looking for a flower, looking for that little pearl. The villagers told me to let it go. They said the ocean is too big and a man's heart is too small to fight the tide. But they don't know what it's like to look at the horizon every single evening, waiting for a white sail. Every time the wind blows through the palm leaves, I hear her voice. She's out there on the mainland, looking at the same moon. I just know it.
Goes out on the weeping pearl of Waikiki and takes away the only thing that mattered much to me.
Dum-dum taken to the sea. The volcano is sleeping, the mountain is so tall, but the shadow of her memory is the
biggest thing of all. I'm a stranger in a paradise of orchids and of green.
I'm sitting in the station at the top of the lonely hill, where the radio dials are glowing and the midnight air is still. Shoo-be-doo-wah, deep in the night. I'm wearing my heavy headphones, tuning the static away, listening for a whisper from the Milky Way. Government boys are sleeping down in the valley below, but I'm tracking a shining saucer with a beautiful silver glow. You bypassed the heavy jamming, you broke through the atmosphere, and the sound of your alien heartbeat was suddenly crystal clear. You spoke in a velvet language that I didn't understand, but I felt the pull of your gravity and the touch of your phantom hand. You said your world was dying a million light years away, and you rode on a comet's tail to find a place you could stay. I looked through the giant telescope up at the starry sea, and I saw your ship descending right down to the lonely tree, with the chrome and the flashing colors, the violet and the green. You were the prettiest Martian that a mortal has ever seen. Oh, there's stardust tonight that science has ever seen. We're dancing a slow constellation, defying the gravity pull, with a love that is supernatural and beautifully wonderful.
I'm leaving the earth behind me, I'm flying into the black,
with a cosmic girl beside me, and we're never coming back.
The men in the black fedoras, they knocked on my cabin door. They confiscated the heavy tapes and they swept up the wooden floor. They told me it was a weather balloon that fell from the stormy sky, but I looked at the general's face and I knew it was a lie. They can lock up the silver regic inside of a vault of steel, but they can't lock up the magic of the beautiful things I feel. I'm keeping my eyes on Orion, I'm waiting for the midnight sign, when the planets are all in order and your orbit crosses mine.
They called me crazy. They said the isolation up in the observatory finally got to my head. They said there's nothing out there but cold rocks and empty vacuum. But they didn't hear you singing through the static. They didn't see the way the instruments went wild when you got close. I still have that piece of silver metal you left on the grass. It's warm, it's always warm, even in the middle of December. Sometimes, when the bass is asleep, I turn the receiver all the way up, point the dish toward the Andromeda galaxy, and I just listen. I know you're coming back to get me. I have my bags packed. I'm ready to leave this world behind.
Oh, there's stardust tonight on the radar screen. The most beautiful mystery that science has ever seen.
Dum dum.
We're dancing a slow constellation, defying the gravity pull, with a love that is supernatural and beautifully wonderful.
I'm leaving the earth behind me. I'm flying into the black,
with a cosmic girl beside me, and we're never coming back.
Morning fog is rolling thick across the harbor bay, and the heavy iron anchor says it's time to sail away.
Sail away, boys, sail away.
I'm standing in my uniform of olive drab and green, and you're the prettiest little girl that I have ever seen. Your tears are falling softly on the brass upon my chest, and the sun is slowly hiding in the weeping cloudy west. I hold you in my arms until the sergeant calls my name, knowing that the world we knew will never be the same.
The Gangplank is a heavy bridge between the earth and sea, and it's taking every ounce of courage living inside me.
I promise you a wedding ring when all the fighting ends, and I promise I'll come home to you and all our hometown friends. I'll wipe the teardrop from your cheek and kiss your trembling hand before I turn and watch away to join the waiting band. The whistle blows, the engine groans, the heavy ropes untie, and 1,000 broken-hearted girls look up into the sky. Oh, it's 1,000 miles of ocean and a million tears surprise as the troop ship slowly fades into the gray Atlantic sky. I'm leaving my whole world the wooden harbor pier, with a pocket full of letters and a heart full of fear.
So much fear.
Keep the porch light burning, keep my picture by your bed, and remember every single loving word I ever sitting in a bunker made of heady sand and wood, trying to remember all the things that felt so good. The rain is coming down in sheets, the mud is freezing cold, and seeing things a man shouldn't see is making me feel old. I take your faded photograph from out my breast pocket, I hold it to my beat heart, right next to your gold locket. The artillery is thunder that shakes the very ground, but the memory of your sweet voice is the only lasting sound.
My dearest Mary,
it's been 82 days since I last saw your face. The rain hasn't stopped for a week here, and everything is gray. But when I close my eyes, I can still see that yellow dress you wore on the pier. I can still smell the lavender in your hair. Some of the boys talk about what they're gonna do when they get back. Buy a car, go to college, see the world. Not me! All I want is to sit on that front porch swing with you, then listen to the crickets on a Tuesday night. Don't worry about me, my love, I'm keeping my head down, and I'm keeping you right here inside my soul. Forever yours.
oh, it's a thousand miles of ocean and a million tears to cry.
As the troop ship slowly fades into the gray Atlantic sky, I'm leaving my old world upon the wooden harbor pier, with a pocket full of letters
And a heart full of fear.
Keep the porch light burning, keep my picture by your bed, and remember every single loving word I ever
The neon flamingo is burning a hole in the night, bathing the desert in a shower of terrible light. I'm wearing a tuxedo that I bought with borrowed time, and sipping a martini with a twist of bitter lime. I walk through the lobby on a carpet of ruby red, with a million desperate whispers echoing in my head. The slot machines are ringing like the bells of a hollow church, leaving every dreamer stranded in a desperate, lonely lurch. I see you by the tables in a dress of midnight blue, breaking every heart in the room like you always do. You're blowing on the dice for a man with a diamond ring, a heavy hitter from Chicago who thinks he is the king. I remember when you used to blow all my hands in the cold, back before our story was bought and before it was sold. Now I'm standing in the shadows with a pocket full of dust, watching the collapse of my final tower of trust. Oh, it's the last roll of the dice in the city of sin, when nobody knows how to lose and nobody knows how to win. The dealer is smiling, the cards are all stacked and marked, my soul is a Cadillac, abandoned and quietly parked.
In the dark, doobie-doo-ah.
I'm betting my heart on a number that's never gonna hit, while the chandeliers sparkle and the Cuban cigars are lit. Walk up to the velvet and I put down my final stack. I tell the man in the suit, put it all on the midnight black.
All on black.
You turn around and look at me with a ghost of a sudden surprise. I can see the memory of our summer flashing right in your eyes. The Chicago man is laughing, he thinks I'm a beautiful fool, but I'm playing a game that is written without any rules. The dealer spins the heavy wheel, the little white ivory flies, and the whole room holds its breath as the spinning slows and dies. They call this place the Oasis, a diamond in the middle of the Mojave dust. But the truth is, it's just a mirage. I watched that little white ball bouncing over the numbers. Red, black, red. I wasn't looking at the wheel, though I was looking at you. I was looking at the way the chandelier caught the tears in your eyes. For a second, just one perfect second, we weren't in Las Vegas. We were back on that front porch in Ohio listening to the rain. But the house always wins, doesn't it? The dealer cleared his throat, 00 green. The house takes it all, I didn't even flinch, because the money was never the gamble. You were. Play it for me, boy. is, it's just a mirage. I watch the little white ball bouncing over the numbers. Red, black, red. I wasn't looking at the wheel, though I was looking at you. I was looking at the way the chandelier caught the tears in your eyes. For a second, just one perfect second, we weren't in Las Vegas. We were back on that front porch in Ohio, listening to rain. But the house always wins, doesn't it?
The dealer cleared his throat, 00 green. The house takes it all, I didn't even flinch, because the money was never the gamble. You were. Your dealer is smiling, the cards are all stacked and marked, and my soul is a Cadillac, abandoned and quietly parked. I'm betting my heart on a number that's never gonna hit, while the chandeliers sparkle and the Cuban cigars are lit.
I'm walking into the desert. Spin the wheel. The big band plays a final, massive, dramatic chord that slowly rings out. I'm gonna turn up my collar and I walk to the heavy glass door.
Johnny was the wildest boy in our sleepy little town, with a leather jacket and his dark hair slicked right down. He wore my silver class ring right around his silver chain, and we'd kiss beneath the bleachers in the pouring summer rain.
He had a black and cherry Chevy with a custom dual exhaust, and he swore he'd never back down, no matter what it cost.
I told him he was everything I'd ever need to hold, but a teenage boy is restless and a teenage boy is bold.
It was Friday at the diner, drinking cherry Coca-Cola, when Tommy walked right in like a big-time high roller. He threw his car keys on the counter with a loud and heavy clang. Said, Johnny, let's go race down by the old riverbank.
We'll race for pink slips, buddy, from here to Dead Man's Curve. Let's see if you got the engine, let's see if you got the nerve.
I grabbed on Johnny's arm and I begged him, please say no. But he looked me in the eye and whispered, baby, I gotta go. There are tears tonight on Dead Man's Curve, where the bravest boys go to test their nerve.
A shattered windshield and a broken high school dream, washed away forever in the muddy river stream.
I'm standing in the rain with his jacket in my hand,
waiting for an angel from the promised land.
Midnight at the starting line, the storm was rolling in. The devil was just waiting for the races to begin. The engines were screaming like a pack of hungry hounds, shaking up the pavement and shaking up the grounds. A girl named Betty dropped a scarf of yellow silken lace, and the two cars shot like bullets into the blackened space. I stood there in the headlights, praying to the sky above. Lord, please put a shield of iron right around the boy I love.
The wait felt like 100 years. We couldn't see them. We could only hear the roar of the engines echoing off the canyon walls, and then the sound changed. There was a screech of tires that ripped the night right in half. And then a terrible crash. Metal, absolute silence. Just the sound of the rain hitting the asphalt. We all ran down the highway. My heart was beating so fast I couldn't breathe. When we got to the curve, Tommy's car was safe on the shoulder, but Johnny's black and cherry Chevy had gone right through the guardrail. I climbed down the muddy bank, I found him there. He was holding my silver class ring in his hand.
Oh, there are tears tonight on Dead Man's Curve, where the bravest boys go to test their nerve. A shattered windshield and a broken high school dream washed away forever in the muddy river stream.
I'm standing in the rain with his jacket in my hand,
waiting for an angel from the promised land. Shooby-doo-wop, 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 shooby-doo-wop. Now the hallways at the high school are so quiet and so cold, and I'm feeling like a widow before I'm even getting old.
There's a picture on his locker and a bouquet of red roses, and everybody whispers when the classroom door closes.
I'll never go to prom now, I'll never wear that dress. My life is just a shadow and an emptiness. I walk up to the cemetery on the top of the lonely hill, and I promise him I love him, and I promise I always will. Dum, dum, dum. Why did he drive? He just wanted to feel alive. Did you say goodbye? I didn't get to say goodbye. He took a one-way ticket to the stars in the sky.
Oh, there are tears tonight on Dead Man's Curve, where the bravest boys go to test their nerve.
A shattered windshield and a broken high school dream, washed away forever in the muddy river stream.
Master.
The neon sign is buzzing through the heavy Venetian blinds, casting shattered shadows on the darkest of human minds.
Shadows on the wall, shadows on the wall.
I'm pouring out a bourbon from a bottle that's almost dry, watching the city weeping from a solitary sky.
The clock upon my desk says it's 3:15, when a knock upon the frosted glass interrupts my reverie.
She walked into my office like a vision in midnight lace, with a pocket full of trouble and a masquerade for a face.
Her perfume smelled of jasmine and a hint of gunpowder smoke, and the silence in the room was heavy before she finally spoke.
What did she say?
What did she say? What did she say?
She said her husband vanished by the docks at the edge of town, and she needed a quiet man to go and track his secrets down.
She dropped a stack of hundreds on my dusty wooden desk. In a city full of monsters, she was the most picturesque.
I knew she was a liar by the trembling of her hand, but a man in my profession rarely makes a moral stand.
Oh, everybody's looking for the Neon Alibi, a place where all the sinners and the broken secrets die,
where the streetlights paint the puddles in a shade of yellow gold, and the truth is just a story that has never quite been told.
Never told the truth, never told the truth, never told the truth.
I'm walking down the alley with a revolver in my coat, with her poisonous little promises still wrapped around my throat.
I went down to the harbor where the fog is thick and gray, where the freighters drop their anchors and the honest look away.
I asked the local bartender if he'd seen a man in gray. He wiped the dirty counter and he told me I should pray.
The man you're looking for, he said, crossed the wrong side of the mob, and finding him breathing is gonna be an impossible job.
I tipped my fedora and I walked back into the chill, knowing that this case was gonna be a bitter pill.
The warehouse door was open, swinging slowly in the breeze, and the air inside was colder than a wicked winter freeze.
Ooh, so cold, so cold, so cold.
I drew my 38 and stepped into the velvet black, knowing that the devil was riding right upon my back.
I struck a wooden match and threw it on the concrete floor, and I saw the missing husband lying dead behind the door.
But the bullet in his chest didn't come from a gangster's gun.
It was a pearl-handled pistol belonging to his loving one.
On this girl, the rain doesn't wash away the sins. It just makes the streets slick enough for you to slip and break your neck. I looked at the guy on the floor. He didn't look like a mastermind. He looked like a guy who married the wrong girl. I could smell that jasmine perfume lingering in the damp air. She played me. She hired a private detective to find a body she already buried, just to give herself the perfect alibi. I put my gun back in its holster. I picked up that pearl-handled pistol with my handkerchief. There are two types of fools in this city: the ones who fall for a beautiful woman, and the ones who think they won't. I guess I'm just the first kind. I walked back to my office as the dawn began to break, feeling every single dollar of the money that I take.
She was sitting in my leather chair, waiting in the gloom, with a confident little smile that could light a pharaoh's tomb.
I dropped the pearl revolver right into her velvet lap and watched the steel trap close on her little master plan.
I said, your husband's waiting, lady, down by the harbor side, and the police are gonna take you for a very lonely ride. Oh, everybody's looking for the Neon Alibi, a place where all the sinners and the broken.
The sun is beating down like a hammer on my back, working on the iron mountain, laying down the railroad track. Lay it down, Lord, lay it down. I got a 30-pound hammer and a shackle on my knee, and a heart full of sorrow for the things that used to be. I can feel the sweat pouring, stinging in my eye, watching the heavy buzzards circling in the yellow sky. Every time I strike the rock, I think about her name, but a man in striped clothes only has himself to blame. The water boy is coming, but the water is so warm. I'm trying to remember how it felt before the storm.
For the storm,
Before, baby,
for the rain,
before the judge in Memphis brought that heavy gavel down and chased me like a stray dog out of my own hometown. I wrote a little letter on a crumpled piece of sack, hoping that my baby might just write a letter back. But the mailman doesn't visit when you're sleeping in the dirt, and there ain't no medicine to heal this kind of hurt. Oh, hear the chains are ringing on the Iron Mountain line, counting every minute, doing heavy, heavy time.
Ben's doing heavy time.
The rocks are made of sorrow and the dust is made of bone, and I'm dying on this mountain mountain so far away from home. Far away, far away, far away. I traded in my freedom for a moment of a thrill, and now I'm breaking boulders on the Iron Mountain Hill. The captain wears a silver star and carries a long whip. He's looking for a reason to make a brother slip. Watch your step, boy, watch your step. He rides a black stallion with a shotgun by his side. He ain't got no mercy and he ain't got no pride. He told me, boy, you're gonna work until your fingers bleed. This mountain is a monster and it's got a hungry need. I look him in the eye, but I never say a word. I just listen to the singing of a lonely mockingbird. I hear the midnight whistle of the train I used to ride. I'm a prisoner on the outside, a prisoner on the inside. Hear the train, hear the train, hear the train. The engines sound like freedom rolling down a shiny steel, reminding every convict of the things he cannot feel. I remember her sweet perfume and the ribbon in her hair. Now all I smell is sulfur and the heavy mountain air. If I ever get my pardon, if I ever get parole, gonna wash away the dirt that has settled in my soul. They gave me 99 years. 99 years for a mistake that took 99 seconds. I swing this hammer from the time the sun comes up to the time the moon takes over. My hands are more callous than skin now. My boots are filled with my own blood. But you know what the hardest part is? It ain't the heat, it ain't the captain, it ain't even the change, it's the quiet in the middle of the night. When all the other men are sleeping, and I'm just staring at the ceiling of the bunkhouse, wondering if she still remembers what my face looks like. That's the real prison. That's the mountain you can never break. Oh, hear the chains ringing on the Iron Mountain line, counting every minute, doing heavy, heavy time. Man, doing heavy time. The rocks are made of sorrow and the dust is made of bone, and I'm dying on this mountain so far away from home. So far away, oh, so far away. I traded in my freedom for a moment of a thrill, and now I'm breaking boulders on the Iron Mountain Hill. Oh. The Spanish moss is hanging from the weeping willow tree, and the Mississippi River is as black as it can be.
Lord have mercy, yes it is.
I'm walking down on Bourbon Street beneath the flickering light, looking for a woman who disappeared into the night. She was wearing ruby lipstick and a dress of emerald green, the most intoxicating creature that a man has ever seen. She handed me a potion in a little silver glass and told me that the sorrow in my heavy heart would pass. I drank it down like water, I was thirsty for the cure, but my soul began to tremble and my vision became a blur. She whispered something wicked in a language I don't know, and the temperature around me dropped to 25 below. She took my silver pocket watch, she took my golden ring, she took my independence and she pulled me on a string. I woke up in the alley with the rain upon my face, a prisoner of the shadows in this godforsaken the church on Basin Street. I fell down on the wooden floor and begged at his 2 feet. I said, Reverend, can you save me from the magic and the hex? He looked at me with pity through his little reading specs. He said, son, the devil's busy and he works in many ways. He uses pretty women just to count your final days. You gotta find the queen yourself and break the midnight charm, or you'll be wearing shackles on your spirit and your arms. So I'm walking through the graveyard where the marble statues weep, searching for the woman who has stolen all my sleep. I hear the distant beating of a heavy voodoo drum, and I know that to the darkness I am surely gonna succumb. I see the fires burning in the middle of the swamp. I hear the alligators as they slide and as they chomp. She's standing by the altar with a serpent in her hand, the absolute commander of this cursed and lonely land. And I walk right up to her. The fire was blazing, the smoke was thick as molasses. I said, woman, you took my mind, you took my soul. You took every ounce of peace I ever had in this world. She just looked at me. She didn't blink, she didn't smile, she just raised that hand. And the wind started howling. The trees started bending. The ground started shaking. And I realized right then and there, some chains ain't made of ice. Some chains are made of magic. And ain't no key in the world that can unlock a heart when the voodoo queen has swallowed it whole. Crescent City.
She's got a heart of stone and she ain't got no pity.
She's got a heart of stone and she ain't got no pity.
Sitting God.
She'll put a spell upon you with a rhythm and a rhyme, and keep your spirit locked away until the end of time. She's dancing in the moonlight where the murky waters flow. Catches you, she'll never let you go.
Never. She's got my soul, Lord.
Never let you go.
Never. She's got my soul, Lord.
Never let you go.
Never. She's got my soul, Lord.
She'll never let you go.
Never. She's got my soul.
The swamp, ever down in New Orleans.
She'll never let you go.
The rain is beating heavy on this rusty boxcar door, and I ain't got a single silver dollar anymore. I left my home in Memphis when the sun was going down. I packed my old guitar and walked right out of that old town. I left a girl named Mary sleeping safely in her bed, with a million unspoken apologies spinning in my head. But a man with my kind of trouble cannot afford to stay when the shadows come creeping and the devil wants his pay. I hear the iron wheels a-clicking on the heavy iron track, and every single mile is saying, boy, you can't go back.
Can't go back, never go back.
The lantern light is flickering, the night is bitter cold, and this wandering kind of life is making me feel old.
I see the county line go flashing by the open door, and I wonder what I'm running from and what I'm running for. But the engine keeps on pulling and the smoke is blowing blind, and I'm leaving every piece of my broken heart behind. Oh, I'm riding on the midnight freight to Amarillo, using a burlap sack for a lonely traveler's pillow.
Dum-dum, riding the rails, riding the rails.
The wind is singing a sad and lonesome country song, and I know that what I'm doing is so terribly wrong.
Terribly wrong.
But the whistle keeps a-blowing and the steel wheels moan, and I'm 1,000 miles away from anything I call my home. I pull a crumpled photograph from my faded denim coat, and it catches like a rusty razor blade right in my throat.
Ooh, the pain in his heart.
She's standing by the porch light in her yellow cotton dress. How I threw a love like that away is anybody's guess. I traded in a diamond for a handful of dirt, and the only thing I'm good at is causing people hurt. Now the telegraph poles are counting down the miles, and I'm trading all my sunshine for the darkest kind of trials. There's a hobo in the corner who is sleeping off the gin. He doesn't know my name and he doesn't know my sin.
Nobody knows, nobody knows.
He's got a worn-out Bible sitting by his dusty shoes, but there ain't no holy words to cure these boxcar blues. The conductor's up ahead, he's shoveling the coal, and the fire in the engine is the fire in my soul. We're crossing over rivers, we're crossing over plains, washing all our regrets in the heavy Texas rain. You know, they say a train is a symbol of freedom, that it can take you anywhere you want to go. But when you're running from your own mistakes, a boxcar just feels like a rolling prison cell. I look out at the flatland the moon is cutting through the clouds. It's the same moon shining down on Mary's window back in Tennessee. I wonder if she woke up. I wonder if she saw my empty chair. I wanted to be a good man for her, I really did. But the road just has a way of getting inside your blood. And once you hear that whistle blow, you just can't stop your boots from walking. Whoa, I'm riding on the midnight freight to Amarillo, using a burlap sack for a lonely traveler's pillow.
Dum-dum, riding the rails, riding the rails.
The wind is singing a sad and lonesome country song, and I know that what I'm doing is so terribly wrong.
Terribly wrong.
But the whistle keeps a-blowing and the steel wheels moan, and I'm 1,000 miles away from anything I call my home. The dawn is gonna break somewhere outside of Abilene, the prettiest little sunrise that a drifter's ever seen.
I'll jump off at the rail yard before the brakeman comes around. Then I'll vanish like a ghost into the dust of Texas brown.
I'll find the little diner, get a cup of black coffee, and try to drown the memory of the girl who cried for me.
The train will keep on rolling to the western ocean shore, but I ain't never gonna be the man I was before.
I'm riding on the midnight freight to Amarillo, using a burlap sack for a lonely traveler's pillow. The wind is singing a sad lonesome country song, and I know that what I'm doing is so terribly wrong.
Terribly wrong.
But the whistle keeps a blowing, and the steam. The neon sign is buzzing at the edge of the county line. A lonely little diner where the sun don't ever shine.
Ooh, the shadows fall.
I got my collar turned up against the bitter freezing wind, and a pocket full of trouble for the places I have been. They say I'm a drifter, they say I'm a no-good hound, but I got a reason for riding back into this town. She lives up on a hill in a house with a picket fence, and loving a guy like me just doesn't make no sense. I strike a little match and I light up a cigarette, thinking about the summer and the night that we'd first met. She was wearing white cotton, I was wearing engine grease, but when I looked into her eyes, my troubled soul found peace. Her daddy is the mayor, her brother is the deputy, and they swore they put a bullet in a rebel just like me. But the engine is hot and the highway is calling my name, and I'm ready to walk right into the middle of the flame. Oh, it's black leather and midnight chrome. I'm a wild-hearted rider who is never coming home. I got a full tank of gas and a pocket full of dreams, and nothing in this world is ever exactly as it seems. It's just me and the devil riding out into the night, looking for a spark of the everlasting light. I kick the heavy starter and the engine begins to roar. I'm leaving this diner and I ain't coming back no more.
Run, hear it roar.
The rain is coming down, washing the dust off the street. I can hear the rhythm of the city's broken beat. I'm shifting the gears and I'm heading up to the crest, where the rich folks live in They look at me and they see trouble. They see the grease on my hands, the scar on my cheek. They see a boy who ain't never gonna amount to nothing. Her old man told me, son, if you ever come within a mile of my daughter again, I'll have you locked up in the county jail till you forget your own name. I just smiled at him, because he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that when you put two lonely souls together, they become a hurricane. I pull up to the iron gate. The rain is soaking through my jacket. The front door opens, and there she is, holding a single suitcase. She doesn't look back, not even once. She jumps on the back, and she wraps her arms around me. We're leaving the chains of the society that bound me. Break the chains, break the chains. The deputy's cruiser is flashing lights in the rear, but all I can feel is the magic and none of the fear. I open the throttle and we vanish into the dark. Just a couple of kids with a rebellious little spark. They can search all the highways from here to the Mexican line, but this beautiful angel is finally permanently mine. Oh, it's black leather and midnight chrome. I'm a wild-hearted rider who is never coming home. I got a full tank of gas and a pocket full of dreams, and nothing in this world is ever exactly as it seems. It's just me and the devil riding out into the night, looking for a spark on the everlasting light. Oh, wake on, Daddy, wake on. Ain't nobody gonna catch us now.
Well, it's a Friday night and I got my pay. I'm throwing all my working blues away. Throw 'em away, boy. I put my blue suede shoes on my dancing feet. I'm heading down the highway, burning up the street. There's a little wooden shack right outside of town, where the music's turned up and the walls come down. You can hear the bass thumping from a mile away. We're gonna rock and roll until the break of day, singing hey, 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 to the Crossroad Jive. Keep it alive, keep it alive. It's the only place on earth where I feel alive, with the slapback rhythm and the honky-tonk key. Come on, little baby, do the bob with me. We're jumping and a jiving till the morning light, down at the Neon Crossroad tonight. Go, cat, go! Well, Crazy Jim is standing by the wooden door. He's letting in 100 and 100 more. There's a girl named Sally in a cherry red dress. She's spinning like a top and making such a mess. She grabbed me by the collar and she pulled me near. Said, Daddy, are you ready for the party of the year? The saxophone is blowing like a hurricane wind, and I don't care if I'm committing a sin. Yeah. the morning light. Down at the neon crossroad tonight. Hold on, don't nobody stop moving. I just want to take a minute to look at this beautiful crowd. We got cats from Memphis, we got dolls from New Orleans, and we got the best rhythm section south of the Mason-Dixon line. Over there on the piano, beating those keys like they owe him money. Give it up for Lightning Fingers Pete. And on that big old doghouse bass, slapping the wood right off it, Johnny the Thumber McGee. Now I heard a rumor that the local sheriff is on his way down here to shut this party down. Well, I got a message for the sheriff. If you want us to stop, you gotta come in here and make us one, two, three, let's go. So you just gotta surrender to the rock and roll, to the nowhere, to the crossroad jive. Keep it alive. It's the only place on earth where I feel alive, with the slapback rhythm and the honky-tonk key. Come on, little baby, do the bob with me. We're jumping and a jiving till the morning light. Down at the neon crossroad tonight. Yeah. Down at the neon crossroad tonight. It's a Friday night and I got my pay. I'm throwing all my working blues away. Throw them away, boy. I put my blue suede shoes on my dancing feet. I'm heading down the highway, burning up the street. There's a little wooden shack right outside of town, where the music's turned up and the walls come down. You can hear the bass thumping from a mile away. We're gonna rock and roll until the break of day, singing hey, 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 to the crossroad jive. Keep it alive, keep it alive. It's the only place on earth where I feel alive, with the slapback rhythm and the honky-tonk key. Come on, little baby, do the bob with me. We're jumping and a jiving till the morning light, down at the neon crossroad tonight. Down at the neon crossroad tonight. Well, crazy Jim is standing by the wooden door. He's letting in 100 and 100 more. Come on in, come on in, come on in. There's a girl named Sally in a cherry red dress. She's spinning like a top and making such a mess. She grabbed me by the collar and she pulled me near. Said, Daddy, are you ready for the party of the year? The saxophone is blowing like a hurricane wind, and I don't care if I'm committing a sin. Pick it clean now. Pick it like you mean it. Oh,
blues. The temperature is rising, it's 110. When the song is over, we're gonna play it again, singing hey, 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 do the Crossroad Jive. Keep it alive, keep it alive. It's the only place on earth where I feel alive, with the slapback rhythm and the honky-tonk key. Come on, little baby, do the bob with me. We're jumping and a jiving till the morning light, down at the Neon Crossroad tonight. Yeah, down at the Neon Crossroad tonight. Crowd. We got cats from Memphis, we got dolls from New Orleans, and we got the best rhythm section south of the Mason-Dixon line. Over there on the piano, beating those keys like they owe him money. Give it up for Lighten Fingers Pete. And on that big old doghouse bass, slapping the wood right off it, now I heard a rumor that the local sheriff is on his way down here to shut this party down. Well, I got a message for the sheriff. If you want us to stop, you gotta come in here and make us. Flashing outside, but ain't nobody here got a place to hide.
No hiding tonight,
no hiding tonight. The sheriff walked in with a badge on his chest, but Sally pulled him in and put him to the test. She spun him round twice and she stepped on his toes. Now the sheriff's doing the bop and everybody knows you can't stop the rhythm when it gets in your soul. You just gotta surrender to the rock and roll. Say love. Come on, little baby, do the bob with me. We're jumping and a jiving till the morning light, down at the Neon Crossroad tonight. Down at the Neon Crossroad tonight. Keep on jumping, keep on thumping. We ain't going home till the sun comes up. Oh, man. Oh, man. The sun comes up. The band plays a final chaotic rockabilly ending progression. my hair with the greasy pomade. I got my leather jacket and I got it made. Let's go, can't go! I'm stepping outside in the cool night air. Got a pocket full of dimes and I just don't care. My 55 bird is sitting in the driver's painted cherry red, and she's coming alive. Turn the key in the ignition, hear the engine roar. I'm putting my foot right down to the floor, singing Bop Papa-Lula, we're tearing up the town. Tear it up, tear it down. Ain't no local sheriff gonna slow us down. With the slapback rhythm in the dual exhaust, we're burning up the rubber, never mind the cost. It's a V8 Thunderbird Midnight Rumble. Watch out, boys, or you're gonna tumble. I pulled up to the diner where the neon gleams, looking for the girl from my teenage dreams. Ooh, Peggy Sue, she's wearing blue denim and a polka dot dress, is looking like a million, I gotta confess. She jumped in the front, slid right by my side, said, hit the gas, daddy, take me for a ride. We're leaving a trail of smoke and fire, burning up the tread on a white wall tire. Taking every band. Go, 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 go! The radio is blasting out a rhythm and blues. We got nothing to win and got nothing to lose. Up goes a Chevy with a hot tub block, looking for a race right around the clock. The driver gives a nod, revs it up to the line, but he don't know this little bird is mine. Singing Bop Papa-Lula, we're tearing up the town. Tear it up, tear it down. Ain't no local sheriff gonna slow us down. Never mind the cost, it's a V8 Thunderbird Midnight Rumble. Watch out, boys, or you're gonna tumble. Hear that engine rumble. Don't you take a tumble. Yeah, we're dog cats, we're long gone. Woo! We pull up to the red light at the county line. Just me, Peggy, and that Chevy with the flames painted on the side. A guy rolls down his window, gives me that look. You know the look. He thinks his machine owns this road. I looked at Peggy. She just smiled and popped her chewing gum. I gripped the steering wheel. I felt that V8 engine trembling right through my boots. The light went yellow. The light went green. And I told him, I said, see you in the dust, Daddy-O! Chevy hit a cloud of steam. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. Yeah, we shot down the road like a bullet from a gun, racing straight ahead towards the morning sun. The speedometer needle is breaking the glass. Ain't nobody catching us, we're moving too fast. We crossed the county line with a mile to spare, with the radio howling and the wind in her hair. But tear it up the town. Tear it up, tear it down. Ain't no local sheriff gonna slow us down. Well, the slot-back rhythm and the dual exhaust, we find it up the rubber, never mind the cost. It's a V8 Thunderbird Midnight Rumble. Watch out, boys, or you're gonna tumble. Go, bird,